Alright folks, welcome to this exciting video where you once again join us on an adventure in Scotland, and today we've come near the coast because we're away to look at more World War II history. And today we're away to look at these gun defences which were on the shore of Ferryden here at the entrance to the Montrose harbour, which even to this day is still a bustling harbour and a popular harbour. And a lot of the boats that we see out in the sea when we're on adventures are actually waiting to get into this particular harbour here. So yeah, today we're joined by the channel DJ and we've come just to look at all the World War II history the whole way along, and eventually you get to the Skirdy lighthouse. So yeah, it's a cool adventure folks, so stay tuned. I can already see the first World War II defence up there. It's a little cement machine gun bunker. Look at this folks, the World War II stuff is some of my favourite stuff to look at. Wow, what a scene. Nowadays it's like been blocked up with these crazy like railings now to stop you getting in. That's where they would have been firing out. See, it's shaped a particular way, and I'm not sure if that's because there was like a gun magazine or whatever, or something like that, or the handle for the gun. But yeah, the roof, the whole thing must have been poured. Like, it looks like the roof's been poured onto corrugated iron. It's insane, folks. That must be the air vent. If we drop the camera down there, we'll need to go and get the socket set to get in. Super cool, folks. Wow. It is like a scary looking bunker. Imagine you were approaching from the sea or in a little boat and this was overlooking. Incredible. That's so cool, folks. I just got a couple of little pictures there because the character of that is so cool. Like, there's a bit of the rebar being exposed because the cement must have been knocked off here. There could have been other buildings maybe related to this, just like site, you never know. There could have been wooden buildings that's away now. See something, there's another few stone buildings on the top and they're pretty much just four walls now with the red brick, but I think at one time it was either storage or I don't know if it was ammo storage or communications even or whatever, but yeah, there is two buildings there. Look at this folks, this is the second of these little bunkers, and look, you can see above the door of this one, it's an interesting historical thing. It says Gordons, so I'm not sure if that's like the military regiment there that would have been building these and using these to defend the coast. Or but that also shows you this wall here is a later addition, like a bit of a blast wall, and this one's got an even narrower little door here, which is insane. But once again, it's got that same cutout. You can see the walls, how it's been poured against kind of like tin or corrugated iron. It is an insane structure. And look at this one, it's got a vent in the middle of the roof, where the other one is different because it's at the side. So yeah, these are slightly different, these bunkers. Built slightly different even though they look the same. Like, this one's right at ground level. They would have probably been pretty well hidden, getting back in the days of the war and stuff like that. They would have been maybe even camo netting and that over them. They would just be watching 24 hours a day for anything going on which was a bit suspicious. Even U-boats or whatever try to come in under the water. Anyway, we'll update you once we're further along, folks. Look at this, folks, this is cool. This is these like buildings I was saying. I'm not sure what they had at these particular buildings. It could have even been generators and stuff like that. But literally the big cement roofs are starting to sag down, which is a shame. The light's not too good there lighting up. It's quite a dark room, but you can see the ground's just like a bog. And I think it's been used for farming most recently, but yeah, I'm not sure they could have had generators and stuff for these gun positions which were here, because they would have had lights and communications and all that sort of stuff. But yeah, it's strange because, yeah, that's right, there's a massive girder sticking out the side of this wall. So this could have been like communications, because this is a prime bit of land overlooking this. Here there's a red light on top of that little lighthouse. I do apologise for the wind here, folks, at this moment. It's just incredible scenes once again. Once we get down here there'll be zero wind, but I was just documenting these little buildings, because look, the back walls are no straight on them. Again, it's weird the way it's all set up. And also the girder on the outside of the wall, it's definitely been something in the history of that building. Maybe communications, I'm thinking, in like generators. And then down at this side overlooking the sea would be like the gun positions. They'd be in radio communication. And also because Montrose aerodrome and stuff's over there, they would probably be in communication with all that sort of people as well. Anyway folks, we're making our way down here. Extreme adventures once again on this week's video. Look at this folks, this picturesque little beach here. It's beautiful with the sand, and then when you look out, the sea's just extreme with massive waves rolling in. Way out there, like a couple of miles, it's just mist down by Montrose beach, and it's just epic. Like seeing landscape like this with views like this all around it. And then right in the heart of it, it's like the big bunkers on the hill here which are like to defend it. Because those little ones that we saw already, they're nothing compared to the massive ones that's like further down here. Here we are folks, we've made it to the first coastal gun position into the hill. And this cement here is like the top of like the roof of the coastal bunker. And on the cement here, it's interesting, it still has like all the Polish writing and stuff from the World War II. Yeah, I think watch your feet here, because I think they had it dug out for the gun position and then they never, again, I think at this site they never got the guns fitted by the end of the war folks, but it was fully prepared and built and ready to go. But see something, it's interesting at this site, because they didn't have guns till a late period, they put big poles like electrical pylon poles and they painted them black and they had them sticking out, so if the Germans flew over like doing aerial reconnaissance, they would see that and they would think that it's defended by massive guns. Look at this folks, the original Polish inscription here. Real history, look, 1941 it says right here. See, it says Polish added 1941. So there we are folks, it is crazy, look, the metal, the way they've built that, it's a proper like display on the front of there. And look, you can hear, look at the old lintels, you can hear the water run, I was going to say, and then this is crazy folks. See inside there, there's like, I don't know if it's been an ammo lift or something in the back corner there, but also the room goes away and round the corner there, and it would be so interesting to go and have a look in. Because I mind in the summer I was here having a look and it was something about, there was graffiti from like 1984 and stuff scored into the beam. So back in those days you must have gotten in before they unbolted it, but it is obviously a dangerous structure in a lot of senses because it's been like chiselled out, but it would be so interesting to go and have a look inside there. This is the Montrose coastal gun position and it's such a special place overlooking this area of land here. It's insane. But also there's another one further round that we're about to have a look on. Look at the way the water's just running through it and off it. Every year, folks, this stuff is just decomposing, falling down more and more. Documenting stuff like those old wooden lintels right there. Yeah, that shows you the history of the place and what was there, because they'll be the first thing to disappear. But once there's no lintels holding it up, you also have to think, it could just fall down, because there's no like support. And they've built it right on like the rock face with the cement, the rebar. And it is an impressive structure with coastal defence. It looks like it's had something built on it here. So it's maybe had another defensive thing here, and the gun would have been lower down. And then apparently they just, at the early stages, they had the pole sticking out painted black. So even if they had come down like some reconnaissance in a U-boat, they would have thought there was guns here. Crazy, folks. Crazy history. So there you go, another little bit of history, folks, documented once again. And it's like an update on the history of a place like that. It's insane. Just imagine, back in the days when they built that, they were terrified of like invasion or anything like that. Even small bits of wild coast like this were defended. It's not like the pillboxes which were defending like beach areas for landing. It was more to stop the harbour getting attacked up at Montrose. And it was a serious defence. This is the next one up here, folks. This is absolutely crazy. The amount of abandoned history just on the east coast of Scotland is just underrated. There's so much to see, just in close proximity for different times and different eras. And yeah, I'm just amazed when I see something of this size. See, there's hooks sticking out of the cement up there. I think they were for putting on like camo netting and stuff, because that is on other World War II structures. Yeah, here, I'm going to go in there and video that, because that's a round stone right there. Look at this, folks, on the floor. It might be the same in the other one, but it's been covered over. On the floor they've got this round stone, and I think that must have been to mount the gun on, so it pivoted from this point. And you can see the view out there. Oh, my foot went in the water. Oh, there's dates in there on the wall, folks. This is what I remembered from last time. Look, 1989. Let's see if I can read some of these names, like Ali 98. So even in 1998, folks, see, that's before the cameras back then weren't worth doing like explores and uploading it and stuff, because it was like recording stuff on a potato. But look, 1993 there. People were able to get in here, and such a cool thing. There's a little door at the back, leads through. That's crazy, folks. Look, there's proper rooms. I'm getting covered in spider webs, but here we are. We're getting the footage, folks. That room goes quite far back into there. I wonder if there's a tunnel that would join up with the other hillside defence. Who knows, folks. This is a crazy structure, and I love seeing that old writing. Old dates there, and just think they were probably up here with like a 12-pack of tenants in the day at the weekends, and then camping maybe overlooking this view. So cool. That's like local history from another time, not the wartime period when it was built, but yeah, it's just as interesting. And pretty soon things like this could fall in and cave in because the lintels, and that'll be a sad day, because then the history is lost. Yeah, but it's some thick concrete they've built once again on the side of that. But look at this interesting historical fact here, folks. Look, they've got a pipe coming around, and I wonder if that's been for communication wires, or that's maybe literally been for water. Who knows? I'm going to take a couple of photographs of this though before we go to the next bit, because that is interesting, seeing the circle of stone there. So there we go, folks. I got a couple of photographs just in there looking at like the history and just imagining like all the years that's passed, and like check the structure out. It's a crazy eerie looking hole in the side of the land there, folks. Originally built for the war by the Polish, it would appear, according to the inscriptions above the door and the cement. Like, they've poured the cast against that. Somebody must have actually carved that out with wood and then put it against it, so when they poured the cement in you could read the writing. So it is a cool feature of the bunkers and an interesting one. And also the prominent position on the land is impressive, overlooking this, where the waves are really starting to roll in. There we go, folks. The rain actually came on, so we turned around and we've come further down this way. But now we've come around here, the sun's shining once again and the weather's epic. But because we're heading back to the car, folks, I'll end this World War II history video and bunker video here. And goodbye for me, goodbye for the channel DJ. We'll see you very soon in the next adventure, wherever we end up going.